I'm going to talk to you about my first day working in New Mexico Kenworth. I'll give you a little background story. I found out about this job position kind of through a friend at church, Ken Gailey. He had found out that I was interested in being a diesel mechanic, and so he kind of put my name in the pot and gave me my service manager's number. I called him probably 3 or 4 times a day for about a week, and then finally got a job interview, and then I went back and took some tests, and then I had to go back again and try to get the job, and I ended up getting the job. So then waited about 2 weeks and I could start, and then I got to work the first day, and I had no idea where to park, so I just kind of parked on the spot, and I got my little rinky-dink toolbox out of the truck and rolled that bad boy inside. And I realized real quick that I was outclassed by old men that had millions of dollars in tools compared to my $500. I kind of stood around for a little while, got on the clock, and got my first job working with Ken, which was a good thing because I was nervous as can be, being in a real work environment instead of always being with your buddies or working for somebody you actually know. So we got over that truck, and I was like, well, what are we even doing? He said, we're putting ECM on this truck, and I was like, okay, what is that? I don't know what an ECM is. So we started working, and worked for a couple hours doing that, took it off, took all the zip ties off, put the new one on, programmed it, truck ran up fine. I was like, well, this job doesn't seem like it's going to be too bad. And so after we got done doing that, I commenced to stand around a little bit more, ride the clock, and then I was handed a broom, and I was told that the broom was going to be my safe haven for a little while. And I was not happy about this at the time, but all the senior techs were like, well, shoot, I'd trade with you anytime. It'd be great to have a broom for a day. And so I swept for a while, swept for a couple hours, I guess. And after I got done sweeping, my foreman walked over to me and said, you see that 4 scrubber over there? Go grab that 4 scrubber. So then I started scrubbing all the empty bays and the aisles. And I got done doing that, and then right about then it was time to go home. So I guess what I was here to tell you all today was about my first day working at Kenworth and how I learned a whole lot about how much I didn't actually know, and it was a very good learning experience. So I guess in conclusion, I talked about my first couple of minutes of work, and then I talked about the first job, and then lastly, I talked about cleaning, which is always a good thing to do. I didn't even see what